Hey everybody, Adam here with Hometown Acres. Welcome back. Today we are going to start trucking in clay to line the bottom of our pond to hopefully seal it up and keep it from leaking. Before we can start hauling in the clay though, I got to get the last little bit of water here in the bottom drained out. Now as you can see, there's not a whole lot of water down in the bottom. I've been keeping up with keeping it drained down to get as much of the bottom dry as we can. But I did come down here with my excavator and dig a little sump pit, so that way all of the water goes to one central location and we can get it down to the very last little bit. And I want to get it as dry as possible before Ralph starts getting here to truck in the clay. So this should only take a couple seconds to get this drained down. Yeah, not much in there. It just took it a little bit of time to get the pump primed. Once it's primed, 10 seconds to get that pumped out. All right, so now that we got all the water out of there, with the exception of a couple little small puddles here and there, I think Ralph's plan of attack is he wants to bring the dozer in here, create a little bit of a road for the trucks to come down in, and they're just gonna start dumping loads of clay. I think he said he wants to get 25, 30 loads of clay in here before he even gets back on the dozer to start pushing it around and creating that clay blanket. So any minute here, he should be here with the first load. guys, I think that's going to be a wrap on our third repair attempt on this pond to get it to stop leaking. First, we tried putting in a core trench in the face of the dam, and then we tried that Damn It product. And it turns out that our problem all along was that just the entire bedrock or base of the pond was nothing but shale. And it was actually surprising that it held water as well as it did. So we got good clay brought in here. I think we brought in about 50 loads of clay into the bottom. I was thinking it was going to be about 30, but that's the way projects like these go, is you always need more material and it's going to cost more and take longer than you thought. Actually, this one didn't take as long as I thought. It actually went quicker than I thought, but we did need another 20 triaxle loads more clay than I thought we would need. From the time we started draining the pond to right now is a week exactly. So 7 days, we drained the pond, got all the old shale out of here, brought in the clay, and got it compacted. That sheep's foot roller that I got, I have it for 24 hours. And I was trying to get as much rolled as I could while it was still fresh off the trucks, because as you can see behind me, this stuff is still wet. And the stuff that we brought in yesterday is pretty bone dry. Now, luckily a lot of that got compacted with the tires on the dump truck, so that has decent compaction. But I tried rolling over some of this that wasn't hit with the trucks, and it's literally just too dry to compact. So luckily we have a pretty moderate rainstorm that looks like it's going to be about rolling in through here in the background. I don't know if you can see that. So hopefully that'll wet this down a little bit, and then I can get back on the roller here as soon as the rain stops and get some moisture back in this clay so that I can actually get it to bind together and pack in. But yeah, for all you guys who have told me in the comments that I needed to get a sheep's foot roller, that smooth drum rollers are for on-road use only, and anytime you're doing anything off-road, you want to get a pad foot roller. I agree with you now after having used one. If we come over here and take a look, I mean, just at how well they get compaction where that foot actually goes down in. I mean, and you can tell this is good clay because it's sticking together and packing and forming those pockets where those pad feet are rolling in. But yeah, I think this is definitely locked in a lot tighter. And the other thing with smooth drum rollers is, from the comments that you guys have left, I do read every single one of them. Somebody said, you know, when you make a pass with a smooth drum roller going down and then you make another pass, you've essentially created two shear points, or like a slip layer, that first one can get underneath the second one. And that's why the sheep's foot roller is better for doing anything like this, because you're just kneading all those different layers together and you don't have any shear points or slip points that water can get from one layer to the next and get underneath your liner. One last thing that Ralph did before he shut the dozer off for the day was he went down to the firewood yard expansion project down there. And if you remember, there was 18 loads of that shale fill from the bottom of the pond, and he went ahead and got that all graded out. So in the event that we decide we want to put a pavilion or some kind of building down there to store some equipment in, we're all leveled off and we've got a pad on grade for that down there. So that's nice that that's done, and we can get to that whenever we get to it. Anyways, guys, like I said, we've got a rainstorm coming in. I'm going to let this get all wet back down, and then I'm probably spend a few more hours on the pad foot roller in here trying to get everything locked in as tight as I can. And then after that, all we have left to do is get all of our French drain, siphon, springs, all that stuff routed back into the pond, and then just wait for it to fill up. If you guys enjoyed this one, give me a big thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.
I think if Adam's not careful, he's going to end up getting himself stuck right in there. We'll wait and see. It'll make for a good video.
Sorry to disappoint, Doug. That ain't how I roll. Get it? I was rolling. It's funny.